Until the 1960s, the city of Biloxi was the center of the Gulf Coast, and one of the hottest spots in Biloxi was Grant's and then Rossetti's Grand Drugstore.
We had 40, 50 tables in the fountain, and they all gathered in there and sat down and drank Cokes and carved the initials on the tables.
Grand Drugs was just one of many businesses thriving in downtown Biloxi. A merchant anywhere in this area just couldn't go wrong.
And on Saturday nights, the walks were so crowded that you get pushed off of them. That's how much business there were on Saturday.
But all around, unseen, progress was creeping in and people were moving out for the comfort and convenience of suburban life. As shopping centers like Edgewater Mall grew, the CBD began to die.
We got with the landlord, he helped us out some, and we cut down expenses, cut inventory. You had to do all that to stay in business.
In the early 70s, right after Hurricane Camille, the city stepped in. They used federal funds to help put new fronts on the buildings and to turn those run-down streets into what was supposed to be a crowded pedestrian walkway. They called it the Vieux Marché, a charming, ambitious project beset with problems. It was hard to believe anything could stop 100 years of constant growth in downtown Biloxi. Yet one shopping center is all it took. By 1970, leaders began to worry a flight from the CBD would threaten the life and spirit of the entire city.
And a city is very much alive in that sense. If you allow a piece to decay, it's like a cancer that can kill the whole thing. You see, it begins to drag everything down.
So the better portion of $22 million in urban renewal funds went toward reconstruction of old buildings and creating a pedestrian shopping area to compete with suburban malls. But no sooner had the ribbon been cut on the Vieux Marché than trouble began. The city went all out to keep large stores like JCPenney from leaving, knowing that downtown shoppers would soon follow. But the pull of Edgewater Mall was too great. One by one, businesses went under and the area began to look like what the city had hoped to avoid. Some say it was because merchants didn't do their part in luring patrons into stores.
And like I said, a lot of the merchants did not provide back entrances, or perhaps something that was very inviting as a back entrance.
Others say greedy landlords were to blame.
The rent was so high, that's what it did.